some of you will know, we've had a new kitchen put in, so I'm just going to pay a visit to Mrs Hudson, my housekeeper, to find out how she's getting on with it. Well, hello, Mrs Hudson. How are you getting on in the new kitchen?
Well, Reverend, it's very nice, really.
Well, I see you've got all your jugs up there in that glass cabinet behind you.
Oh, yes, they fit in a treat. I'm really pleased.
And so, you've completely got everything in, have you?
No way could I do that.
You mean the cupboards aren't big enough?
Well, yes, and then no. You see, I want to arrange things nicely, and so I had to get rid of some stuff.
Well, that's not such a bad thing, Have a good clear out. As long as my favourite mug's still there.
Ooh,
Mrs Hudson!
Which one, Reverend?
Oh, you know the one. It's got pictures like Clarice Cliff on it. Not the woman, I mean, but her artwork.
Oh, yes, that's all right. That's on the top shelf up here.
Oh, so it is. Oh, yes, very nice. But I don't suppose you want me to use it anymore, do you?
Well, it looks quite pretty, don't you think?
Well, all right. If it makes you happy, I won't do it. But Mrs Hudson, the thing is, when we hit on new things, we need to think in new ways. That's why the Bible says that we should renew our mind to all that God has got for us, especially the Bible, His Word. We read that, helps us renew our mind. Now, what recipes are we going to have for dinner tonight?
Well, I thought a nice piece of haddock.
Yes, that sounds riveting, Mrs Hudson.
Fish is good for you, Reverend.
Yes, improves the brain power, no doubt. Well, I better be off now. Got a sermon to prepare.
Right you are then.
Bye. Well, she seems to have settled down quite well. Perhaps the only damage done is I can't use my favourite mug anymore. And we got haddock for tea. Now, don't misunderstand me, I'm not ungrateful. I like haddock. But I did fancy a bit of lamb. Never mind. Anyway, remember what I said? We've got to renew our minds. Oh, yes. Bye!